What's going on YouTube? This is Jetfire back again, bring you guys another video, and today we're going to be talking about Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Now, the alpha just released, people were able to play it for a few days, get their hands on it. I think in beginning of October, everyone's going to be playing it through PC and Xbox and everything else. But PS4, PlayStation players like myself, were able to get our hands on it for the first week, right? Obviously, it was an alpha, so there's going to be tweaks, but I kind of wanted to just make a video and give you my thoughts on it. Now, overall, I liked it. I thought it was fresh. Um, Definitely good to kind of get away from Modern Warfare and what that game was. Um, but I do have a few pros and cons about it. Again, it's the alpha, so things are subject to change, but these were kind of my initial thoughts for it. So the first thing I really liked about the game was the weapon balancing. Obviously, the main things are going to be the ARs and then the SMGs. Between the Uzi, which is technically like the Mac 11, and the AK-74U, and then obviously the what looks like was the XM6, which is the Commando. That the ARs and the SMGs had really good weapon balancing, right? It gave me very much of a Black Ops 3 feel with the guns. Like one wasn't way overpowered than the other. Obviously, I feel like I don't know, the Mac 11 you could technically gun kids like across the map, and then the second day you couldn't do that, so they were kind of tuning it in between days. So that was cool. The next thing that I really liked was that the game itself, in terms of killing, felt, at least to me, it felt like Black Ops 3, right? It felt like it was very rewarding. It felt like it was very rewarding when you would get a kill, as opposed to like Black Ops 4, where I don't know, I felt like you would shoot at people, and then like even though there were hit markers, and same thing with Modern Warfare, where you got hit markers and it just wasn't rewarding. This game just did a really good job in terms of, alright, cool, I know that I killed him, it felt very rewarding for it. The next thing that I liked about the game was the time to kill. I think that in Modern Warfare, time to kill was insane, like, just crazy, and in this game, it was a good balance between Black Ops 4 and MW, right? It wasn't too fast. It wasn't way too long. I think it's like 150 health, but they don't really give hit points on the top of the players' heads. But it does give you a bar to see how low they are of health, which I'm okay with. It's not the biggest thing in the world. But I feel like the time to kill during a gunfight, that like it just makes sense. It feels really nice. So I'll give them a thumbs up for that. One of my favorite things that they put back was dead silence. Now technically Ninja, right? And this is technically a pro and a con, but I love the idea that we're bringing Ninja back. It's back. Everyone's not a fucking 5,000-pound rhino anymore. Wow, who would have thought? I couldn't believe it. That means hopefully in S&D, and my thought is that with Ninja being back, that maybe Ninja Pro and like the Pro system might be back into rotation, where you have to play to get the Pro advancements of each perk, where it might give you right the better variation of it. So maybe Ninja in its, I guess, child form for first stage is going to give you not as loud movement, but once you get Ninja Pro, that then it's fucking just pure dead silence, which is what I want. I just want to be able to walk around, run around silently. Don't make me a fucking 5,000-pound rhino. Like, please. That's not what I want. That's not what anyone wants. Like, god damn it. The only game that was able to do that was AW, and they made it in like an operator perk or something like that, where you had dead silence for a small amount of time, but you were Supermen just flying around the map during AW, so it kind of like helped out, because even though you could hear them, there was still a lot of movement in that skill gap, while in MW was boots on the ground. So in most times you didn't have dead silence, especially as an S&D player myself, that it was just sound whore of the game, and it was awful. So I'm really hoping that it's a step in the right direction with Ninja. I just really hope that they have the Ninja Pro and I can go fully silent. I also like the attachments. I thought that maybe it's on me a little bit, but there were way too many attachments in MW, and the meta just changes over and over and over and over again. This thing's GA'd, this thing's not. And the thing that I didn't like is that even though there's a lot of attachments and a lot of people like the variety, sure, and in essence, it's cool. I go from the Call of Duty 4 days where you had red dot, silencer, or ACOG, and it was like super simple. So I understand they're trying to make it a little bit more, let's say, they're supposed to give you, they want to give you a lot more variety, and I get it. I do. I really do. But in MW, you saw the bar that really shows like, oh yeah, you would get more recoil, you would get more aim assist, or the damage would be better. But it was so minute and just back and forth between what attachments that like it just didn't. I couldn't see the difference between using a foregrip or a Merc foregrip or a stippled foregrip or etc. etc. While in this game, there's actual numbers to it. And I think that just small little nuance, that incremental status of saying that this attachment is going to give you +3 of this, but -2 of another thing, that it just makes more sense. It makes it cleaner for me to understand it. Maybe it's me being old, but regardless. The last thing that I love, my favorite part about Black Ops Cold War, no doors. Not a single door. They saw that and they said, wow, that was the stupidest thing we could have done for Call of Duty, and they don't have doors. I remember watching pros play it when it was first announced, and they were running into doors. Just because we've engraved it into our brains for a year that we're just going to sprint through this door, and thank God we got rid of them. Now, obviously, while there are a lot of good things about this game that I liked, there are a few cons that I have for my initial thoughts at least, I'm worried about, right? Firstly, the maps suck. Like, they gave us 3 maps. They gave us Miami, which was an alright map. They gave us oh goodness, what was the Russian map, which was the best map out of the 3 and still wasn't saying that much, right? And then they gave us Satellite. What? Whoever made the map Satellite needs to be fired. That someone was drunk at one night and was just like, this is a good map, let's put this here, and just give the shittiest spawns for spawn trapping. Here you go. Whoever made that map needs to be fired. Right off the bat. So like, I'm really hoping that, obviously this was the alpha, that during full release, we get a lot more better maps. 3-lane, better maps. Please. Please. Now, the next thing, and again, I'm going to go back to it, dead silence. Ninja was great. I love the idea that we're bringing it back. But a lot of times, and I said this before, that Ninja, while made my footsteps softer, didn't do anything, right? Anyone with an Astro or a Turtle Beach, anyone with a gaming headset can just still listen to you. I can still hear you. So it didn't really have that much of an effect, which is why I'm really hoping that there's going to be a pro version of that perk to completely silent my footsteps. Because, wow, I'm not a 5,000-pound rhino, I'm a 3,000-pound rhino, but you're still a 3,000-pound rhino, so, like, it didn't make that much of a difference, and I was kind of disappointed about that. I also didn't really like that it felt like it was extremely slow gameplay. Like, I felt like the character, everyone moving around, it was really slow, just running around the map. That, like, if I spawned out, if I'm playing an objective type game mode, not just TDM, that it took forever for me to get across the map. And maybe it's just because the maps were big, but it just felt like my character was slow, right? So I don't think that if this is the kind of movement that we're going to be getting, right, that you're not going to get that many kills on the map, especially if it's going to be 4v4 for competitive. It seemed like it was a necessity to have the sliding just to get around the map, and I don't want to have to rely on that. I feel like the movement should be more so during gunfights to try and get in and out of cover, not to just get me around the map. So I'm really hoping that they kind of just, take that dial and dial it up a little bit just to make the movement a little bit faster so I can travel around the map a little bit faster. Just running. I just want to run around a little bit faster. And my last and certainly most important con that I had for this alpha, and it's always, again, it's an alpha, so I say it with a grain of salt, but like, dude, quick scoping was ridiculous in this game. Like, I would just play against a squad of quick scopers, and my gun, especially with the TTK, would, obviously it takes some time, but they can just one-shot me really quick because for some reason, and I get it, there's a culture for it. There's a community of people who are just like, yep, I'm gonna use a sniper, get these clips, awesome, man, have fun. But like, the fact that their gun can, get pushed right against their eye extremely quickly and just be able to quick scope me, like, ridiculously fast. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I think it's too fast. I think some of the snipers are just way too strong. If you're gonna make them strong, just like make it slower in terms of bringing the gun up. It's very Black Ops 4 in a sense when it comes to how the gun takes up space on your HUD and then brings it up to your eye for you to view through the scope. But I think that needs to be slowed down a little bit because it's ridiculous right now. And it wasn't fun at times. It really wasn't. It just wasn't that fun playing against a sniper. Obviously, when I play a sniper, I feel like I play like an old man. I'm playing like a sniper would. I'm gonna get my scope ready. I'm gonna look down a sight. I'm gonna be like, all right, cool, I'm ready. I can't do the quick scoping thing, and it's crazy to me that people can run around the map and just quick scope, instant kill, one shot kill. Wow, great. So I definitely think and hope that we tune that during the full release of the game. But overall, the game was fun. I think that a lot of people had a great time getting their hands finally on this game. Overall, I thought the game was fun. I enjoyed it. The obviously it's still an alpha, so there's still going to be 100% tweaking between now and November. We have the beta coming out in mid-October, so everyone's going to get their hands on it, and I'm sure things are going to be a little bit different for the beta. I hope that they give us different maps or more maps to play when the beta comes out. But again, I hope they change a few things. But overall, I'm looking forward to it. But then again, everyone says at the beginning of the year, right? If you guys agree, if you disagree with what I said, leave a comment. Let me know. I'm genuinely interested to hear like what you guys enjoyed about this game and what you didn't enjoy about the game. So with that, this is Jetfire heading out. Have a nice day, everyone. Take care.